Hello, everyone. Welcome to Loca-Love, my peer priestess. So this is the third and final volume for Front Wings Loca-Love series. So volume 1 is my cute roommate with Hiwa Kojika, and I presented that title on this channel about 3 to 4 years ago. And volume 2 is my comedian crush with Neo Artagawa. So even though I just started volume 2, I think I'll be okay starting this volume as well. So unlike Current Blossom, where you have one big story that's broken up into 3 volumes, so the beginning is volume 1, the middle is volume 2, and volume 3 is the ending. These 3 volumes in Loca-Love, they serve as character roots. So in a traditional visual novel, you start with one big common root, and then at the end, you get to pick which character you want to go with. And if this was a regular visual novel, you would have one root for Hiwa, one root for Neo, and one root for this girl. So her name is Yachio. And instead of having the big common root, they have some introduction that's shared among all 3 volumes. So the idea that the main character, Ichitaro, loses his place to stay because his apartment got flooded, and him also going to the shrine to pick up a charm, even though that charm is known for misfortunes. So anyways, this volume is the full 18 plus version, like volume 2. So if you remember, I mentioned how volume 2 of Loca-Love, it was supposed to be on Steam, but it got removed, and Front Wing didn't try to resubmit it afterwards. And when they released this volume, they didn't even bother going through the Steam applications. So I bought this title from the same source I bought volume 2, and I also played ahead to see where I needed to cut out. And just a little spoiler, there's more places to be careful of, and such. So let's see how it goes with this girl. So the story is a little bit different compared to volume 1 and 2, and I'm not sure how to say it. It's more like the story goes back to home base, because we know that Yachio is the daughter of the shrine that Ichitaro goes to, and instead of having to find a place to stay after he loses his apartment, he goes right to home base at the shrine. So let's begin. And like volume 1 and 2, this volume will also feature custom music. So let's click start. Okay, so we get one extra character that's unique to this volume. Okay, so we're at the shrine. So the clicking of a camera shutter rings out across the shrine courtyard.
はい、 すいません、もう一枚目線もらえますか？
So look here.
はい。
And it looks like Yachiyo is camera shy. Oh, not really. Well, that looks rough. Or tough. So, as for me, Aoi Ichitaro sweeps the courtyard with a bamboo broom. I glance across at the scene occurring nearby. So Yachiyo seems really busy recently. Okay. Well, the least I can do is make sure I sweep up properly. So lately, the Sawagoe Tsukikawa Shrine has become infamous among the locals due to its reputation for causing disasters to strike people's relationships. Okay, so... And the main cause being the so-called charms of misfortune. There you go. And rumors has it that if you carry a charm from this shrine, you'll break up with your partner. Or, if you don't have a lover, the charm will keep everyone or everybody away, dooming the bearer to a lifetime of loneliness. And since these superstitions started, a variety of magazines and television reporters have been drawn to the shrine like flies to honey.
はい、ありがとうございました、八千代さん。
And I'm surprised that Yachiyo decided to give consent to being part of the reports. Because usually it's best to keep it a secret, and it's also a way to save the shrine from further poor reputation.
いえ、とんでもない。当社の巫女として当然のことです。
But then again, it's my job as a priestess, so... Well, these duties mainly fall on the petite shoulders of the shrine priestess, Shizuki Yachiyo, the only daughter of the head priest. And since reporters started flooding the shrine, the young priestess has become a sort of poster girl. But in a bad way. Well, I don't know how Yachiyo's manages it all, but man, so she sure does look pretty. And I allow my mind to wander as I finish sweeping up the fallen leaves. Well, at least he's making it look good for the pictures. So ensuring the shrine is kept clean is vitally important, so important in fact that the courtyard is swept daily without fail.
一太郎くん。
And now that Chio calls out to me, she must have finished dealing with the pesky reporters. Okay, hey, so you're finally done. And thanks to my sweeping, the courtyard is now completely free of leaves.
ありがとう。それで次のお仕事お手伝い頼める？
So what else does Chio want help for? Okay, so the office to be clean too?
お守り作らないと。
Oh, so more charms. So we make quite a good team. Okay, so Yachiyo sits at a desk running a brush over little printing blocks one after another before stamping the charm. And my job is to wrap the finished product in Japanese washi paper as soon as the ink dries. Well, you know, Yachiyo, so your handwriting has gotten a lot better since you were a kid.
毎日筆を持ってるからね。嫌でも上達はするよ。
So I write this every day. So in a sense, I'm practicing, and that's why my handwriting is getting better, or my calligraphy is getting better. Well, I'm actually kind of surprised you sell so many of these, considering they're known as the charms of misfortune. And I wonder why. And yet, you still run out, even though you're making more every single day. Yachiyo and I have known each other since we were kids. And my family has been parishioners of the shrine for generations. So I often saw Yachiyo at festivals and other events. Plus, since we are close to the same age, we naturally got along well. And still, she is the head priest's daughter, and she's actually a year older than me. Why no? Hard to believe, right? So in a sense, it does look like Yachiyo is younger, but that's not the case. But I guess you could say we've been close for a long time. And I started working part-time at the shrine early last year, and since then, I've had a lot more opportunities to talk to Yachiyo. So I certainly don't think I end up with us suddenly living together. So why? And that particular occurrence is all due to what happened last week. So you see, my parents are currently away working abroad. So I was happily living the bachelor life alone in my own apartment. That is, until the entire thing flooded due to a water pipe bursting. And my landlord is currently working on fixing the issue and is also using it as an opportunity to renovate the property. And basically, I had nowhere to live and desperately needed to find somewhere to stay until the repairs will be done. And I did what any sensible teen would do when his parents were away and called my guardian. And in this case, my guardian happened to be Yachiyo's father, the shrine's head priest. So as soon as I told him about my situation, he said, "Well, you better stay at our house then, my boy." Okay, so looks like the head priest just gladly accepted Ichitaro.
一太郎くん、こんなあれこれ手伝わせちゃってごめんね。
In exchange for him doing some work at the shrine.
お父さんたらいくら人手が足りないからってこれ幸いと。
Well, don't mention it. So you guys are letting me stay here for free after all. So it's the least I could do. So I'm not paying anything. So it's best if I give something in return and not be a true loafer. Well, the head priest is well known as the kind of man who always helps others, so I sort of knew he would let me stay here completely free of charge. Well, if I'm being honest, that's why I was kind of hesitant about calling him in the first place. So, I might be inconveniencing him, but at least I can help Yachiyo out. And that might go a little way towards paying him back. That's true. And I didn't think it would keep me this busy though. But honestly, I'm just happy to be working alongside Yachiyo. And I really like her, well you see, as a friend of course. And she's been taking care of me for a long time now, so it's great to finally be able to help her out for a change.
でもそれでアルバイトは随分減らすことになっちゃったんでしょ?
But you also work at the bakery, and now that you're busy doing work here, doesn't that kind of jeopardize your employment with the bakery? Well, I figured that since I'm staying here, it'd be sort of rude to not help out around the shrine. But Ichitaro should be careful because if he doesn't put more effort into the bakery, who knows? The manager of the bakery might just fire him. It's like, well, you're no good, you can't contribute, and it kind of feels like you've abandoned this place.
そうだよね。だから私としてはますます申し訳ないような気がしちゃうけど。
And now it's making me feel sorry for you. No, it's fine, honestly. Well, you've been looking after me and everything.
ならいいんだけど。
I guess. So, as she talks, Yachio continues to gently run her brush over the printing blocks. Well, so Yachio? And I'm wondering, what do you think about these charms?
どういうこと？
Well, the rumors say that they bring misfortune to lovers, so I just wonder what the people here at the shrine believe. So what's your point?
当社のスタンスは一貫して神様はきっかけをお与えくださるだけ。大事なのは本人の心がけっていうものだから。
So it's just that the gods bring us opportunities and it's up to how the people use them. Yeah, but what do you think, Yachio? So that's the opinion from your father.
私は特に信じてないから。
Well, I kind of am skeptical about that. As Yachio answers my question, timidly, her response shocks me. So what do you mean?
だって
Well,
お守りなんて要は気の持ちようのきっかけ程度のものでしょ。
so it just gives you the feeling that you're getting helped, but it doesn't do much. Well, maybe you are right, but still. So is it really okay for her to say things like this? So she is a priestess after all. Well, I guess I also work at the shrine these days, so maybe she feels like she can speak more candidly around me. Well, at least that's what I thought.
それにそもそも私には関係ないし。
So Yachio tacks this idea on the end of her previous statement. And while she speaks, she never once stops brushing her blocks. So it doesn't concern you.
縁を結ぶにせよ破局させるにせよ、それはそういう相手がいてこその話じゃない。私には関係ないです。
So is it because you're single right now? Well, if it is true, then I never heard any rumors of romance where Yachio is concerned. Which is probably to be expected, considering she's led a sheltered life as the head priest's daughter. So all in all, it's a very plausible reason.
そうじゃなくて。
So why? And Yachio closes her eyes and sighs.
だって
Because she starts timidly.
一太郎くんは私に恋ができると思う？
And the tone of her whisper makes her sound a lot like somebody who has given up. So it is quite interesting that despite the charms having bad reputation, that they cause misfortune among relationships, they sell out, and it's got to the point where it's hard for Yachio to keep up with the demand because the charms are handcrafted and handwritten. But anyways, so her question had totally come out of the blue. Well, honestly, I never expected to hear something like that from Yachiyo. And now that I'm living here, I'm sure to discover even more surprising things about her. So what is it? So for example, this morning, the room I'm staying in is located in a Japanese-style building away from the main Shizuki residence, but despite the distance from the house, so Yachiyo comes to wake Ichitaro up. Yeah, come in. Good morning, Yachiyo.
失礼します。おはようございます、一太郎くん。
Yachiyo makes sure to come all the way over here to wake me up every single morning. And not just that.
はい、これタオル。それと、お洗濯できたサムエね。
So, some clothes and a fresh towel. Okay, thanks.
よだれの跡がついているから、お顔は丁寧に洗ってね。
So, rise and shine. Make sure you look good. So, wash your face
そ
and...
れと、ここに寝癖もついてるから、きちんと直そうね。せっかくお父さんとお母さんにかっこよく産んでもらったんだから。
So there you go. Make sure you look good. So don't ruin your appearance. Well, I'm not sure I'm that handsome, really.
うん、今はまだ。でも、身なりをきちんとしている殿方は、それだけで素敵だからね。
That's true. Okay. So I'm going to the restroom.
はい、いってらっしゃい。
Okay, here you go. And Yachiyo notices everything. But her attentiveness never feels intrusive. And the delicate way she speaks makes me feel like a real man. She has all the feminine virtues of a perfect Japanese woman in front of... from the times of Yore. And her visits are a small pleasure I get to enjoy every day. Okay, so now that Ichitaro is all dressed up, so this is the way all my mornings start these days. So, 1, I wash my face, brush my hair, and put on my crisp white, samue, the shrine's traditional work clothes, before heading to the living room.
一太郎くん、身だしなみちゃんとできたね。
Okay, so here you go, Ichitaro-kun, so scrubbed up nice and clean. Well, you're the one who told me to. You didn't exactly give me a choice. Well, then again... Well...
うん、聞いてくれてありがとう。いい子いい子。
Well, then again, it is hard to defy the orders of Yachiyo, who's trying to be helpful and trying to be attentive and making sure, or with a good heart, making sure that he looks nice and good and is fit to work at the shrine. She softly pats me on the head, and plus he gets the pat as appreciation. So it's been this way ever since we were kids. Yachiyo is a year older than me, so she has always been a sort of doting older sister. And despite this, I am far, far taller than her, so she has to stand on her tippy toes in order to give me my good boy pat. Her acting like this is making me all tingly. And Yachiyo's tiny body is pressed up against me as she reaches up to pat me on the head. and I notice her sweet, delicate scent, and the way her soft and shiny black hair cascades like waves of ink down her back. And at this moment, all my negative thoughts seem like distant memories.
やちよ、一太郎くん、遅いぞ。早く作業に入りなさい。
So hurry up. We're gonna open soon.
お父さん。
Okay.
それじゃ境内を吐きに行こうか。
Okay, let's do our best.
それはこちらこそです。今日もお手伝いよろしくお願いします。
Okay, so we're outside. So generally, the first thing we do each day is to make sure the Tsukikawa shrine is clean. And every day, even before eating breakfast, I have to quickly sweep the courtyard. So I wonder, before I came to help, did you do this all by yourself every day, Yochiyo?
お父さんたちは他の作業があるから。
Yeah, so we're a small family, and my parents are busy with other things that are more important, so I pretty much have to do all the cleaning myself. Well, that must be pretty tough for you. So the shrine isn't exactly small.
今はまだマシな方だよ。落ち葉の季節になるといくら吐いても追いつかないくらいだから。
So right now there aren't that many leaves, but in the fall where all the leaves fall, that's when it gets really hard. Well, you obviously know how these shrines are, so always covered in trees.
でも綺麗にするの気持ちがいいから。
Okay? And that smile that blooms across her face fills my stomach with butterflies. My troubles and worries seem to melt away.
おはよう、やちよちゃん。一太郎くん。
And it looks like we have our first visitor. Well, he's a parishioner, so. I hear the unmistakable voice of a local parishioner. Good morning, says Ichitaro.
おはようございます。
And same with Yachiyo. So I hastily nod my head to greet him. But for Yachiyo, she delicately lowers herself into a graceful bow.
朝からなんて珍しいですね。
And not only does Yachiyo remember the schedules of all the parishioners, she even adds personalized comments when greeting them. But then again, Yachiyo has been working at this place since birth, and I'm sure she memorized the patterns of when different parishioners and locals would arrive at the shrine. So the old man smiles broadly.
早くに目が覚めたもんだからね。やちよちゃんの顔を見に来たんだよ。
そうなんですか？私の顔でよろしければいくらでもどうぞ。
So seeing you helps brighten up my day. So your cute face and that big smile of yours.
でもその前に神様にご挨拶いただけると嬉しいです。
おい、そりゃあ確かにね。じゃあ早速お参りしてくるよ。
ほんと、あのおじいちゃんやちよちゃんには弱いんだから。
So let's see. So the old tortoise. Oh, good morning, ma'am. So various parishioners of all shapes and sizes flow in and out of the shrine. And as soon as the sun rises in the morning, they start coming. But since I've not had a chance to eat breakfast yet, my social skills are a little lackluster. So, in a sense, he's hungry and he feels weak. And he's trying his best to keep up that smile, that good attitude for the guests, aka the parishioners. And thankfully, most of the people come to speak with Yachiyo.
おはようございます。子供の頃から可愛がっていただいていますから。
And Yachiyo again smiles and bows politely. And the woman beams happily at Yachiyo.
そうね。それでやちよちゃんは昔から一太郎くんのことを可愛がってるわよね。
And I see that you brought Yachiyo or Ichitaro-kun with you, right? So in a sense, he can't dodge all these parishioners, so he's being pulled in or dragged in.
私にとって一太郎くんは弟みたいなものですから。
And this sort of thing would usually make me shrink with embarrassment, but with Yachiyo, it is a different story, so she is a year older than me after all.
それが今は居候でしょ。ご縁っていうのかしらね。
So I guess it was fate that you two would live together.
うさぎさんが結んでくださったご縁よね。
And the woman turns to look at the shrine's hall of worship. The guardians of this peaceful shrine are said to be spirits that take the form of rabbits, and this is why it's commonly known as the Usagi Shrine, so the bunny shrine. And the charms that are sold here also have rabbit decorations on them, and that's probably why we're always selling out of them. So they're not buying it for its intended purpose. They just like the design and the bunnies on it, so it looks cute. And so you're saying it could be fate that I end up living here, and maybe the bunnies brought us together.
ああ、でもこの言い方は最近あんまり良くないのかしら。
No. So don't take my word for it. Wait.
破局のご利益の噂ですね。
So is it because of the so-called charms of misfortune?
そうそう、最近持ちきりじゃない。
Yeah, so it's been spread around town. Okay, that again. And even for the most fervent of worshippers, this rumor shakes their confidence in the shrine.
しかもやちよちゃんも宮司さんも雑誌とかで否定したりしないし。
And it is quite interesting that none of you have admitted to this. But then again, if they do, then they might as well stop selling charms and just close down this place.
肯定しても否定しても角が立ちますから。
And Yachiyo's response does not give anything away. And yet it seems sufficient for this person.
そうよね。要は自分の気の持ちよ。神様はきっかけをくださるだけなんだから。ありがとうね、やちよちゃん。それじゃあ私もお参りしてくるわ。
はい、いってらっしゃいませ。
And Yachiyo seems to have the power to lay everyone's worries to rest with just one short conversation. She really is the idol of the neighborhood, and she has been ever since she was little. So she does have a very idol-like qualities after all, and she's both polite and cute. And it's just natural that everyone sees Yachiyo like their own daughter or granddaughter. But then again, she feels like something else to me. But, so what is this something else that I'm feeling? So that's what Ichitaro thinks in his mind. and I've been close to Yachio since childhood, so I guess she's like my big sister. Well, I say big sister or One-chan because I really mean is that she's both the girl I'm closest to and she's a year older than me.
それじゃあお茶の稽古に行ってきます。
So, I think now they're done with all the greetings and leading the parishioners to the shrine for their daily prayers. And I can see that Yachio is out of her shrine uniform. So she's wearing a casual uniform and it kind of makes her look younger. Okay. Well, it should be illegal to be as small as and adorable as Yachio. Okay, so it's now Sunday afternoon when Yachio spends time practicing her tea ceremony and flower arrangements. And she's not wearing any sort of uniform for once. There you go. Instead, she's wearing her casual clothes. She also has done her hair differently. Okay.
一太郎くん、今日は一人になっちゃうけど、いろいろとよろしくお願いね。
Oh, so she practices tea ceremony somewhere else. So she's leaving this place to Ichitaro to take care of. Okay, I'll be fine. So, see you later then.
それはどうもありがとう。
And I glance over at Yachio, hoping to catch another glimpse of her in her casual clothes.
帰りは3時くらいだから、それまでは。
So she really does give off that vibe of being a lady from a noble household. As Yachio heads off to tea ceremony practice, the feminine virtues she exudes will not be out of place in an era long past. Okay, so we see flowers, so she really hasn't changed a great deal from how she looked when we were kids, and even her chest hasn't grown that much. She's been raised to be prim and proper. She must still be completely, well, I should say, pure in that regard. Well, I don't even think she's had a boyfriend before. Well, at least I haven't heard of her seeing anybody or being with anybody.
Don't care. Stay mad.
Hi everyone. So, unfortunately, I had to cut the next part out because Ichitaro really started to wonder how pure, how prim and proper Yachio is. And he knows that Yachio is exposing a bit too much skin being in this outfit. Well, I'm pretty sure it's more like he's looking at her from the wrong angle. And it got Yachio wondering, so I wonder why is he staring at me like this? And at least she didn't scream or get upset. And now it's like, oh, so I better get going. So let's see how it goes from here. So first, let's hear what she has to say.
でもそうだね、遅刻しちゃうもんね。それじゃ行ってまいります。
Okay. Right. And since I'm staying with Yachio and her family, I end up coming face to face with her all the time. And every single time, I become more and more aware of one thing. So what is it? So Yachio really is the type of perfect girl that would get any man going, isn't she? Well, at least I constantly find my heart beating faster whenever I'm around her. And yet, that very same girl asked me, So, do you think I am capable of love? And does that mean she's given up on romance? So, from what she's said, it certainly seems like it. Well, maybe she's just being philosophical or something in asking about the nature of love. Well, Yachiyo's so small that she could not easily pass for a child. But from the perspective of a man, her petite frame is brimming with feminine charm. Well, there's just something about her. And then the next morning, so Monday, so after my normal morning ritual of clean the shrine, I change into my school uniform and go to get breakfast. So I think they didn't have to clean that much today.
Ichitaro君、ちょっと頼めるかしら。
And it looks like the mother wants to talk to Ichitaro. Yeah, so what can I help you with? So as Chiyo's mother, or the head priestess, enters the room, I immediately put down my chopsticks and jump to attention. So she looks a lot like Chiyo, although she's not quite as strict as her husband, the head priest. Old habits die hard.
悪いんだけど、ヤチオにこれを渡してもらえませんか?
So what is it? She hands me a clear plastic folder. So Chiyo has plans today, and she's already left for school. And in fact, she's always seems to have something going on, so much so that we've never actually walked to school together. So she goes first, followed by Ichitaro.
次に来る取材に関しての資料がちょうど今来たんです。
So, an interview. Okay, I see. So, I'll tell her you need her to look through this today. And it seems like even when she's at school, Chiyo can't escape her job as a priestess. And that must be really tough. Well, poor Chiyo. And perhaps this is why she feels like she can't fall in love, because she's too busy for romance. Well, that's true. Well, anyways, so he goes to school. So during a break, I make my way to the senior classrooms, and I'm feeling a little nervous. So going to a senior classroom isn't something I would normally do. But then again, I have no choice because I need to talk to Yachiyo. Okay, so he tells them, so excuse me, so I am Aoi, I'm a Kohai, and I'm wondering if Shizuki Yachiyo senpai is around. And the guy who is casually leaning on the doorway relays my request to the room. And then...
しずきちゃんにどういうよ?
That's interesting. So somebody from another class wants to talk to our little cute Shizuki-chan. Wait, no, nothing interesting. So I just have something I'm supposed to give to her.
それってもしかしてファンレター? ファンレター?
And it's only making it worse. Like, what's this? So, a love letter, a fan mail, or a special fan mail, isn't it? Wait, so where is this girl getting that idea from? Well, it kind of looked like it. Oh, so not exactly. I work at the Tsugikawa Shrine alongside Shizuki-senpai, and I'm supposed to give her the notes for the next press interview to look over. Hey everyone, look! Shinjiki-chan has another interview! As Yachiyo's classmates listen to my explanation, it seems as if the mood of the room instantly improves. So everyone is interested and curious, like, wow, that's good! Interesting.
やっぱりすごいよね、ミコさん。うちらとは違うよね。
Well, I was not expecting this much attention or excitement. So this is pretty intense response to get from Yachiyo's classmates.
そんな大したことじゃありませんから。
Well, it's not much of a big deal.
そんなことないよ。しずきちゃん、私らとは住む世界が違うもん。いつも上品だし、誰に対しても敬語だしさ。それくらいの大和なでしこじゃないとミコさんはできないんだなって思うよね。
So why are they acting like this? And the way they're speaking doesn't really sound like they respect Yachiyo. Instead, it feels like she doesn't really fit in. That's true.
真っ赤になっちゃって可愛いな。
And on top of that, they seem to treat her like some sort of class mascot. Well, I don't imagine Yachiyo is comfortable with this type of treatment.
とにかく私ちょっと失礼しますね。
So if you excuse me for a moment. Okay, so I noticed that this episode might get too long for episode 1, and I'll leave the rest to next episode. So we can kind of see how Yachiyo is as a person, so always smiling, looking cute, and being really helpful to Ichitaro. And the doting, that's a little bit like Shino from Corona Blossom. But then again, Shino has a bigger bust, and she really does look like a big sister to Keiji in Corona Blossom. But anyways, we'll see what happens next and how Ichitaro or Yachiyo is able to calm down all this excitement going on. And I don't feel that this excitement is bad for Yachiyo, but it does get quite embarrassing. So anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.